You have been trained like a dog to follow a very specific path. Go to school, get a job, buy a house, and then the Holy Grail. Retire at 65. They dangle this carrot in front of you. They say, just suffer for 40 years. Just sit in this cubicle, obey your boss, and pay your taxes. And then, when you are old, tired, and gray, we will finally let you be free. It sounds like a fair deal, right? Wrong. It is a scam. It is the cruelest financial lie ever told. Do you know where the number 65 comes from? It wasn't chosen by doctors. It wasn't chosen by scientists to optimize your happiness. It was chosen by a German chancellor named Otto von Bismarck in 1889. Here is the punchline. In 1889, the average life expectancy was only 45 years old. The system was designed so that you would work until you died. If you were lucky enough to survive past 65, the government would pay you a pension. They promised to pay because they knew you would be dead within a year or two anyway. It was never meant to be a 20-year vacation. It was a mathematical bet that you would die before you got paid. Fast forward to today. People are living to 80 or 90. The government realized they couldn't afford to pay pensions anymore. So, in the 1980s, they invented the 401k. They told you, we won't pay for your retirement anymore. You have to save for it yourself. They convinced you to lock your money into the stock market. Think about how dangerous this is. They tell you to put 10% of your paycheck into a specialized account that you cannot touch until you are 59 and a half. If you try to withdraw your own money to start a business or pay for an emergency, the government hits you with a massive 10% penalty plus taxes. Who actually owns that money? If you have to ask permission to use it and you get punished for using it, it is not your money. It is the government's money, and they are just letting you hold it. And the Wall Street banks love this. They charge you management fees every single year. Whether the market goes up or down, the fund manager gets paid. Over 40 years, these tiny fees can eat up to 30% of your entire portfolio. You take all the risk. They take a guaranteed cut. It is a casino where the house takes a percentage of every single bet, and you are the gambler. But wait, it gets worse. They tell you that the 401k saves you on taxes. This is a half-truth. It saves you taxes today. But when you withdraw the money at 65, you are taxed at ordinary income rates. This is the highest tax bracket possible. If you had invested in real estate or a business, you would pay capital gains tax, which is much lower. They tricked you into deferring your taxes until you are old, when tax rates will likely be much higher than they are today. And what happens if the market crashes right when you turn 65? This is called sequence of returns risk. Imagine you save for 40 years. You have $1 million. You are ready to retire in 2008. Boom, the market crashes 50%. Your $1 million becomes $500,000 overnight. You cannot retire anymore. You have to go back to work at 66 years old. You gambled your life on a stock chart, and the chart went down. This happens to millions of people every recession. But here is the real killer. Inflation. Financial advisors tell you you need $1 million to retire. Let's do the math. If you are 25 years old today, and you work hard to save $1 million by the time you are 65, what will that million be worth? With the way the Federal Reserve is printing money, the value of the dollar gets cut in half every 15 to 20 years. By the time you retire, that $1 million might buy you what $250,000 buys today. You will be a millionaire on paper, but you will be living in poverty. You are saving depreciating paper currency to pay for ever-increasing healthcare costs. You are running on a treadmill, but the treadmill is speeding up faster than you can run. And we haven't even talked about your body. The golden years are a lie. By 65, your energy is gone. Your back hurts. You have medical bills. You cannot hike the mountains. You cannot run with your grandchildren. Is it really a smart trade? To sell your prime youth, your energy, your ambition, your ability to travel and build, just so you can sit in a rocking chair when you are too old to enjoy it? You are selling the best steak of your life to buy a stale crust of bread at the end. And let's talk about Social Security. This is the biggest Ponzi scheme in history. A Ponzi scheme is when you use the money from new investors to pay the old investors. That is exactly how Social Security works. There is no vault with your name on it. The money you pay in taxes today is not being saved for you. It is being spent immediately to pay the people who are currently retired. This worked fine when there were 10 workers for every one retiree. But today, birth rates are collapsing. People are having fewer kids. Soon, there will be only 2 workers for every one retiree. The math is impossible. The system will collapse before you get there. So who wins in this system? The corporations win. Because the 401k is a set of golden handcuffs. You stay at a job you hate because you are terrified of losing your employer match. It keeps you obedient. It keeps you docile. It stops you from taking risks. It stops you from starting that business. They have financialized your fear. They have turned your life savings into a weapon to keep you enslaved to the cubicle. Look at the elderly people in America today. Are they traveling the world on yachts? No. Most of them are stressed, sick, and lonely. They are greeting customers at Walmart just to pay for their insulin. They followed the rules, they saved their money, they trusted the government, and the currency failed them. Do not follow them off the cliff. If the plan didn't work for them, why do you think it will work for you? And there is one massive expense that nobody calculates: healthcare. The retirement dream assumes you will be healthy. But statistics show that the average couple retiring today will spend $315,000 on medical bills. That is not for luxury surgery. That is just for basics. If you get cancer or heart disease or need long-term care, that number triples. You could save for 40 years, and one single hospital visit wipes it all out. Let's talk about nursing homes. The average cost of a private room in a nursing home is over $9,000 a month. That is over $100,000 a year. If you have a stroke and need care for 5 years, that is $500,000 gone. The system is designed to suck every last penny out of your estate before you die. They make sure you cannot pass your wealth down to your children. This is why generational wealth is so rare. They call it the Medicaid spend down. If you want the government to help pay for your care, they force you to sell your house, sell your stocks, and drain your savings until you have less than $2,000 to your name. Only then will they help you. It is legal robbery. You work your whole life to build a nest egg, and the medical industry confiscates it in the last 24 months of your life. It is the final tax on the middle class. But the most dangerous part isn't the money. It is the psychology. There is a terrifying statistic that nobody talks about. The average age of death for a man who retires at 65 is 68. Think about that. You work for 40 years, and you get 3 years of freedom before you die. Why? Because human beings need purpose. When you retire, you lose your mission. You lose your social circle. You lose your reason to wake up. Your brain signals to your body that the job is done, and the body shuts down. We see it all the time. High-powered executives retire, and 6 months later, they have a heart attack. Retirement is not a preservation of life. It is often a catalyst for death. We are built to work. We are built to build. We are not built to sit on a couch and watch daytime TV. The concept of doing nothing is biologically unnatural. This is why the richest people in the world never retire. Warren Buffett is 94. He still goes to work every day. Elon Musk works 100 hours a week. They know the secret. Work keeps you alive. Problem solving keeps your brain sharp. The goal should not be to stop working. The goal should be to do work that matters to you on your own terms. That is the only retirement that is safe. So, what is the alternative? Stop planning to retire. Plan to never retire, but also to never work a job you hate. The goal is mini retirements. Build assets now. Build a side business now. Buy real estate now. Create cash flow that pays you today, not in 40 years. If you have $5,000 coming in every month from assets, you are retired. It doesn't matter if you are 25 or 65. Freedom is a cash flow number, not an age. Don't let them trick you into the deferred life plan. Do not wait until the end of the movie to enjoy the show. Real wealth is owning your time now. You need cash flowing assets, businesses, real estate, royalties, things that pay you while you sleep. Reject the 401k prison. Keep your money accessible. Use it to build something real. The only person responsible for your future is you, not the government, not your boss, and definitely not the bank. You must shift your mindset from net worth to cash flow. You can't buy groceries with net worth. You can't pay rent with a 401k balance. You can't touch. You need money that moves. The rich focus on income streams. The poor focus on savings accounts. Savings get eaten by inflation. Income streams grow with inflation. If you own a rental property and inflation goes up, you raise the rent. You are protected. If you own cash, you are destroyed. The path is simple, but it is not easy. Live below your means. Take that extra money and buy assets that pay you. Do not give it to a Wall Street manager. Do not lock it in a government box. Keep control. If you control the money, you control your life. If they control the money, they own you. It is that simple. Start today. Even if it is small, Buy 1 share of a dividend stock. Buy 1 ounce of silver. Start one side hustle. Just take the first step off the treadmill. The moment you have income that is not tied to your time, you are free. The algorithm does not want you to leave the workforce. They need you to stay in the cubicle. If you want to escape, you must turn on the bell notification. Tomorrow, we expose the end of cash and the digital prison they are building. You need to see it. Buy,